How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Nerds in the Morning. Today, it's Tuesday. We are 2 days away from the NFL Draft. We're all very excited here at Candy Crush Academy. I'm Dominic Stern, and today I'm joined by
Josh Golden,
Walad Gaimi,
Jordan Goldman.
And so we will get into our mock draft that we've created over this past week in a couple minutes. But the big news today in the NFL was the fact that Frank Clark got traded to Kansas City and signed a big extension contract. And Seattle is getting Kansas City's first-round draft pick and their second-round draft pick next year, and they swapped third-rounders this year. So what do we think of that trade?
Well, at first I looked at it and I'm like, wait, so the Chiefs sent Dee Ford away for just a second-rounder, and now they're going to get Frank Clark, who I'll admit is a better defensive end, for a first-rounder and a second-rounder. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me. But then I looked at the picks and I'm like, you know what? They got 34 in return. They're giving up 29. The 2020 second rounder isn't that valuable. And Frank Clark is a better defensive player. It does make sense to me. It's still a little weird, I think. But I think it's a good move for the team, absolutely. And they're a much better team now than they were when they had Dee Ford.
Yeah, it's just a weird trade. And Kansas City, we had them drafting an edge guy in our draft, not going to lie.
Uh-huh.
And so this fills a need for them.
Absolutely.
Frank Clark is an upgrade over Dee Ford. He
Absolutely.
hopefully
13
will not.
sacks last year.
He will not line up offsides. Hopefully for them.
We'll see.
And I feel like the real winner of this trade is San Francisco, showing that they could get Dee Ford for just a second-round draft pick. So that was interesting news to hear this morning. And I think moving to our mock draft.
Yeah. All right. So first things first, the talk of this draft for the past couple of months has obviously been, is Kyler Murray going to the Cardinals? For a while, we thought it was going to happen. Now we're hearing some speculation. Pete Prisco out of CBS is saying, no, it's not going to happen. So I don't really know what to believe. We've got our resident Cardinals fan right here, Mr. Jordan Goldman. Jordan, what do you think of this whole Kyler Murray situation?
Look, we drafted Rosen last year, okay? And I'm a huge guy in believing in the talent that you draft. And, no matter how good or bad they are, I think you got to let them play out for just a couple years. Let them get used to the team. Also, the Cardinals are just complete crap. It's not all, his fault and having
Correct.
a 3-13 record.
When you're
last
throwing
year.
to a rookie wide receiver, Christian Kirk,
Right.
and a recovering running back in David Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald's corpse, it's not that easy to produce.
Right. So what I'm saying is that I don't think personally that Kyler Murray would be the best for this team. I think maybe they can go with, a defender in the first round or whatever that would, fit their team. They have a quarterback right now. Why waste what they had last year in their first round? Why not just believe in what they have and
Absolutely.
go, along with it?
But
They're in a rebuilding stage. So
Here's the thing to me. I'm also a big Josh Rosen fan. I was since before last year's draft. But you look at the hire of Cliff Kingsbury, and he's going to run that college, quick-paced, fast offense that we see in that Big 12 where he came from. And that's why I think Kyler Murray is a really good fit in Arizona. I think if Kyler Murray's going to find success in the NFL, his best chance at doing that is in Arizona somehow. And I think they really buried themselves into a hole when they hired Kingsbury.
Yeah.
And that's the really interesting part of the situation is, do they keep Josh Rosen to run Kingsbury's system not as well as Kyler Murray? Or do they say, we completely screwed up last year, everything we did last year was wrong? They already said hiring Steve Wilkes was wrong after just one season, which I agree with. But are they going to say, every single thing we did was a screw up, get rid of Rosen and reset everything? It's a really interesting situation to look at.
Right.
And so for our mock draft, the first pick for the Arizona Cardinals, we did have Kyler Murray going number 1 overall. Do we necessarily agree with it? Maybe not. I don't, at least. But this is what we think is going to happen. So we have Kyler Murray going number 1 overall to Arizona. Other people have had Nick Bosa going that spot, or
wouldn't be a bad pick.
Or possibly Arizona trading down and someone else taking Bosa or Murray.
I've been saying for a very, very long time that I think Kyler Murray is going to be the number 1 pick in this draft, but it's not necessarily to Arizona. Everything I've been hearing for the last couple of months is that John Gruden just absolutely loves Kyler Murray. And you look at Derek Carr's contract right now at the Raiders. This year they can't get out of it, but come next year, if they release him, it's only $5 million in dead cap, $16.5 million it clears up in 2020. So you put Kyler Murray in this offense, you give him a season to sit behind Derek Carr, learn the ropes a little bit. Maybe he'll get some playing time.
Right.
We'll see. I think it would be a really, really good fit for him as well. Those are the two teams that I think could work best for Kyler, and I think I would not be surprised if Gruden made the move to go up and get Kyler Murray.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, but I think that would be very dumb. They have Carr. Carr produced very well last year, especially towards the end of the year. And John Gruden, in his quarterback philosophy, has been so wrong so many times in recent years that I feel like he just got him and Mayock have both come out and say, hey, we like Carr.
Yeah.
So while I still think that's a possibility that it could happen, I just think it would be so dumb, especially considering the fact that he still might be available at 4, Murray
Correct.
at least. So let's move on.
I want to get back to this real quick.
All right,
I agree with you. Yeah, I got to say one thing. I agree with you that it's dumb to trade up and draft Kyler Murray, not because I think Derek Carr is great, because I really don't think Derek Carr is great. I think Derek Carr is still somehow a 28-year-old question mark. But I think you can give Derek Carr one more year to really see what he is, and then when you see that he sucks, you still have 2 first-round picks next year to go and draft a much better quarterback, whether it be Tua Tagovailoa or Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and I've said before on this podcast at least 4 or 5 times, next year's guys are good.
Insane.
Herbert, Tua, Fromm possibly, Eason, other guys.
Right.
List goes on and on. There's going to be good quarterbacks available next year. So, can we move on to the second pick now?
Yes.
All right, yeah. Not an issue. But, second pick, San Francisco 49ers. They have a plethora of interior defensive linemen. This year we have them boosting their edge and them drafting Nick Bosa, defensive end out of Ohio State.
I love this pick. I think this pick's honestly an absolute lock if he's there. Imagine Nick Bosa, who could even be better than his brother Joey somehow, who's already a great pass rusher, playing alongside Dee Ford. That's just an incredible duo right there, and I would love to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, not much to say about this. Nick Bosa, he played great his first 2 years at Ohio State. Didn't play much this year because he got injured, and then he decided to sit out, which, people didn't like. But looking down the road, it was the smart decision.
Correct.
I don't want to hurt myself anymore.
Exactly.
I want to keep my draft stock. He's going to be
He's the best player in this draft. He has been for a good couple of years, these scouts have been saying, and he could be the best pass rusher we've seen enter the draft, at least since Myles Garrett, if not much longer.
Okay.
So I know number 2, Nick Bosa, obvious pick, helps him out a lot on the defensive end. Where do you guys think the 49ers are trending as a team? I mean, they got Dee Ford, Nick Bosa. I look at, later in their draft, they have some interesting picks to make. Where do you think Jimmy G, maybe he's coming back healthy? Where do you think this puts them?
Well, so the 49ers, they're an average team in an average division. This is how I look at them. They're a team that has a lot of talent on the defensive end, but there's a lot of players that they're puzzle pieces. You got to fit them in. And they didn't really do that last year, and that's kind of why they struggled. And, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt. He's still a big question mark,
He's had 10 career starts.
He's had 10 career starts, and everyone's like, Jimmy G, oh my! So,
I mean, I'm on that stallion, but okay, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, Jimmy, he's shown a lot of promise. No one's going to
Absolutely,
deny
but
that.
it's been 10 starts.
It's been 10 games, which is a small sample size, but if the 49ers can fit those pieces in the correct holes, they can be a very good team and compete for the playoffs. However, if they have a season that's similar to last year, they're going to be 4-12 again, or whatever. So, they're borderline playoff team, but they're also borderline top 10 draft pick team.
Correct. It's a very interesting team to look at. It's really just Jimmy G is such a wild card. I think if Jimmy G comes out and plays well, they could easily make the playoffs. I think if he comes out and plays poorly, they could easily get a top 5 pick. There's just got to wait and see on that one.
Would you say he's the X Factor, Milad?
Listen, since he was at New England, I like Jimmy G a lot. I don't know if you go and lock him up with the contract that they did and then
Correct.
he tears his ACL. Obviously, that's a tough situation.
Yeah.
And I felt like the 49ers are a team with a bunch of big contracts, right? Sherman,
Yeah.
Garoppolo, now Ford's in there. He's probably going to
Correct.
be a big contract himself. But I just look at their draft and, I don't want to peek too far down, but I think they have some interesting pieces that they
Correct.
can move
Just
together.
the one thing about the Niners that scare me, Jimmy Garoppolo, 10 career starts on the second year of a $138 million contract. That's math I don't like to do.
Yeah. my also counter to that is, you guys talked about Rosen not having anybody, and who did he really have at wide receiver that stepped up?
Correct.
You know.
But it was also 3 games. So you
I
really
agree.
just don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, third overall, we got the Jets taking Josh Allen. Guys, what do you think about this one?
I love Josh Allen. I think he's the second or third best player in this draft. Bosa's number 1, depending on where you put Allen and Quinnen Williams. Those guys are 2, 3. The Jets need this on the edge. They didn't really have that great of pass rush.
Someone's
year-
got to stop Josh Allen.
Yeah, and that was the weakness of their defense last year, of a very much improved defense last year, headed by my boy Jamal Adams. Love Jamal Adams. So the Jets, they could possibly trade down in the spot. They don't necessarily need Allen, and you can get plenty of good edge
Correct.
guys in this draft. We have them staying at 3.
Simply because I don't see who they're going to trade down with.
Correct. It's
Unless the
There's-
Giants are just really, really scared that the Raiders are going to take a quarterback or trade with someone to get a quarterback, which I just don't see happening. And also, the Giants and Jets don't make trades. So, I just don't see that happening.
yeah. Anyone else have any opinion on this pick?
All right, moving on. Raiders take Quinnen Williams. Let's put it simply here. There's the top 3 players in the draft. Bosa, Allen, Williams. Order them however you want. I'd go Bosa, Williams, Allen. Not important. You're taking Quinnen Williams because he's one of these best 3 players on the
Right.
board, and you got to get him.
Yeah, and the Raiders struggled stopping the run last year.
And they have needs everywhere.
And he's the best run stopper in this draft. Him or
Yeah,
Oliver. Oliver specializes more in pass rush than him. So,
And Oliver's a tank.
great pick for the Raiders. I feel like if they pick anyone besides those 3 players, they're doing something wrong.
Correct.
Unless if those 3 guys go 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
Okay, moving on. 5th pick, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We feel like this is a pretty surefire pick.
Absolutely.
Devin White, linebacker, LSU. He's going to go there. I don't think he's going to go in the top 4, and I don't think anyone's going to want to trade up to go get him or trade to get him. And
This is just simply drafting for need. They lost Quan Alexander. They need a linebacker to replace him. Devin White's the perfect fit. Moving on to the number 6 pick.
this is where it gets interesting.
This is where things get really interesting. We got the New York Giants on the clock here at number 6. Everyone's saying Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins is going to go to New York. He's from New Jersey. He grew up a Giants fan. He's great. He fits. Nope.
Psych!
I don't think Dwayne Haskins is that great. So what the Giants are going to do is they're going to trade out of this pick. All I've been hearing is that the Falcons absolutely love Ed Oliver and that the Bills absolutely love Ed Oliver. And the Falcons want to trade above the Bills to go get Ed Oliver. The Falcons still think they have promise. So what they're going to do is they're going to make a deal. The Giants are going to give up the 6th overall pick in this year's draft and the 95th overall pick for the Falcons' 14th pick this year, the first round pick number 14, and the 2020 first rounder. They're going to make a move very similar to what their neighbors did in New Orleans. To copycat league, we always say the Atlanta Falcons think that they can still compete because they have an MVP in Matt Ryan. They want to go up and get Ed Oliver, and that's what they're going to do. So we got them at number 6, taking Ed Oliver. Guys, what do you think about that?
I think Dwayne Haskins is a little better than what Josh thinks. He's the best quarterback in this draft class. Frankly,
I don't think that's saying much, though.
Yeah, it's not, because this is a very weak quarterback draft class, but I think he's the best by a mile. I don't think the Giants need to pick him at 6, and that's why I agreed with Josh. Hey, let's send the Giants down on the draft board.
And you get that 2020 first round pick.
Yeah.
You give Eli one more year to play and enjoy himself. And in 2020, you're going to get a great quarterback, whether it be Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, Jake
Right.
Fromm, whoever.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and Ed Oliver, coming into this year, I said Ed Oliver was the best player in this draft class.
He's
He
not.
didn't play well this year. He got hurt. I pumped the brakes a bit on Ed Oliver.
I still think he's a great prospect.
Yes.
I'd love to see him fall to the Bills at 9 because not only would he be best player available if he's there at 9, he fills a great need for us, which would be awesome, but I don't see the Falcons not trading up. I think they love this guy, and I think they're going to make a move similar to what the Saints did last year when they got Marcus Davenport.
Okay, moving on. Next pick, Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to stay in that spot. They're going to select Jawan Taylor, offensive tackle from Florida. Interesting pick because he kind of flew under the radar all season, and then this offseason he's just jumped up everyone's draft boards. He's proven to be the number 1 offensive lineman prospect in this class, even though Jonah Williams is, we feel like, being undervalued. But Juwan
He's got
Taylor,
small arms, though.
yeah, Juwan Taylor, he's a beast. We got him staying in the great state of Florida,
Uh-huh.
and
Jacksonville spent a lot of money on Nick Foles. Give him an offensive tackle to protect him. Exactly. All you need.
moving on, 8th pick, the Detroit Lions will be selecting Rashawn Gary, defensive end out of Michigan, to replace Ziggy Ansah. Rashawn Gary staying in Michigan.
I
He's
think
gonna
it's a
play
great fit
Detroit.
for them. I think
Mhm.
a lot has been coming out recently about him having a shoulder problem. I think the Lions are going to overlook that. They're going to see that this is a great prospect. If he fully reaches his potential, I would not be surprised if he's one of the best players out of this draft class. I absolutely love Rashawn Gary, and seeing him stay so close to Michigan where he's so comfortable, I think it's the perfect fit, and I think he is going to become a star in Detroit.
Yeah, and this is interesting because Rashawn Gary, as you've said, has had that health problem that people are a little concerned about. I don't really see it as a huge issue if you can just solve that this offseason, play well. But
I mean, we saw it a few years ago. I'm going to take another Bills reference here, but Shaq Lawson fell a little bit last year because he had a shoulder issue. He was going to need to get shoulder surgery. And you know what? He got that shoulder surgery. He missed, 3 games in the beginning of the season. Then he came in and played pretty well. Now Shaq Lawson's not great, but that has nothing to do with his shoulder. That's that he's not that great. But it's really the same situation. I think the Lions are going to overlook his shoulder problems. If he needs the surgery, he'll get the surgery. He's a great football player. You got to take him.
yeah, and if you're the Lions, you have to take a realistic look at yourself and say, hey, we're not ready to compete this year. So why not take a great player
Correct.
who's going to be ready to play, maybe in the middle of the season. You can get some experience that year, then get stronger next offseason and come back and get ready to kill next
I
year.
do think trading down for Rashawn Gary is a possibility if there's a team that maybe wants to jump over the Broncos and draft a quarterback. I think it's an interesting fit there. But if they can't get a partner, they'll just stick where they are and take Rashawn Gary.
Okay, moving on. Josh, here's Buffalo's pick. Would you like to explain it?
So we got the Bills taking Jonah Williams simply because I think there are 3 prospects that the Bills are really, really looking at right now: Ed Oliver, Juwan Taylor, and Jonah Williams. Obviously, Oliver and Juwan are off the board, so we're going to go with Jonah Williams here. With Williams, our offensive line would look as tackles. We have Ty Nsekhe and Jonah Williams, guards, Quentin Spain, and we would move Deion Dawkins over to guard, and Mitch Morse at center. I think that's an incredible offensive line we'd be looking at to protect Josh Allen. And all that matters this season is protecting Josh Allen, getting him to play 16 games, seeing how he can develop, getting him the receivers that we got him. Maybe we'll get another one in this draft. He's got running backs now with the 3-headed monster in McCoy, Frank Gore, TJ Yeldon, who we just signed. I think he's going to be in a really good situation this year if we add more around the offensive line, and we'll get him a receiver in the late rounds as well. I think this is just the perfect fit, and if we give Josh what he needs, he'll succeed.
Josh Allen is tall, just period.
All you need. Josh Allen is tall. He's got a rocket arm. Give him the offensive line. He's going to light this up.
So Josh Allen, he obviously showed a lot of promise last year. Do I think Sam Darnold's better than him? Yes.
He's not. Continue.
But I agree with Josh. You need to protect him. And one of those 3 prospects that Josh mentioned, one of them will still be available. We
Correct.
feel like Jonah will be.
If somehow all 3 of them are off the board, the Bills will trade down, but I really don't see that happening.
Correct. So we have them taking Jonah Williams. Let's move on to the 10th pick. Josh and I, we had some controversy. We talked about this pick for a little bit. So 10th pick, Denver Broncos.
Mhm.
Josh, you explain your pick, and then I'll explain my pick.
Well, I had them taking Drew Lock just because, Joe Flacco's not the guy.
Right.
He's not elite.
He's not
Put it
elite.
that way.
He's old.
You can say John Elway's fired and missed on so many quarterbacks, and look, he has. But does that mean he's going to stop trying? No. He's going to take his quarterback. He wants his franchise quarterback. Drew Lock is going to take a shot at being Elway's franchise quarterback.
Now, who did I want the Broncos to take? I wanted them to take Greedy Williams, cornerback out of LSU. We have him going in a couple picks, but their secondary was so depleted last year. They lost Aqib Talib to my Rams. He played great when he was healthy. But I feel like they needed to address that. They needed to bolster up their secondary, have Flacco this year, and then have him start next year, draft a quarterback in this next class, the loaded quarterback draft class that I've been talking about for so long. And I decided to go with Josh, put Drew Lock, and then let's have Greedy Williams go later in the draft.
Because part of the reason I disagree with you, sorry to interrupt you, but you look at Flacco, and yes, he's not elite, but he's mediocre, and he's going to be good enough to get you to 7 and 9, 8 and 8, and you're going to be in that awkward 12 to 16 pick range, and you're going to have to give up a lot of draft picks to go up and get one of these elite quarterbacks.
Mhm.
And I think it's better to just take your shot with a quarterback now. I think you don't need to wait until next year and give up some valuable picks. I think you got a good guy here in Drew Lock. He looks pretty similar to John Elway. I think John Elway can develop him and help him out a little bit. I just see this as a more interesting spot for him, and I think this makes the most sense. And we know John Elway's impatient and just wants his quarterback already.
Yeah. So we ended up picking Drew Lock, number 10, going to Denver. We'll see if that pays off for Denver, and we'll see if they finally get their quarterback.
All right, so with the 11th overall pick, we have the Cincinnati Bengals, who I think would have drafted Drew Lock if he were there, because Andy Dalton's a bum. But
He's also ginger.
correct. But we have them now taking Devin Bush. What do you guys think about this pick?
Yeah, Devin Bush, great linebacker, very fast, can cover all the field, and his height is kind of a problem for some GMs, but I feel like if you're fast enough, you're strong enough, you can overcome that. He can cover tight ends, he can stop the run, he can go sideline to sideline. I mean, what else can you say? They need to replace Burfict, who everyone hates, but you can't deny that he was a talented linebacker, so this helps fill that hole that was created this offseason.
So I just want to throw an option out there. I know you guys said that Drew Lock, if he's gone by then, the Bengals won't pick him. My question is, if they have Dwayne Haskins, why not? If he falls to that 11th pick, why not pick Dwayne Haskins? Because I agree. I think Andy Dalton's done. I don't see any purpose in the Bengals if they want to compete keeping him. So why not go to Dwayne Haskins?
Well, so Andy Dalton played very well at the start of last year when AJ Green was healthy, along with Tyler Eifert.
Mhm.
And so I feel like that kind of made me think, hey, they don't necessarily need a quarterback now.
Okay, but also, how rarely are AJ Green and Tyler Eifert healthy at the same time?
Correct. But
Even Boyd, they had a great receiving class.
yeah, I mean, I saw this as a bigger need. And once again, I will say it till I'm blue in the face. The quarterback draft next year is going to be big and it's going to be strong.
And you got to look at it this way as well. Are the Bengals good? No. They're
It's
going to
the
have
Browns division. We all know.
they're going to have
Tank for
terrible
next year.
pick next year. Tank for Tua. You see teams tanking for Zion,
Oh.
teams are going to start tanking for
I
Tua.
still think bold prediction 2 is a bust, but yeah.
I mean, he's not that bold. He's a lefty.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why.
Tua I think is going to be a star in the league. But
Absolutely.
and I can see why some people think he's going to be a bust. Let's move on. 12th pick, we have Green Bay at the 12th spot, which is, I never thought we'd say that with Aaron Rodgers on their team.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
But-
And I think they're going to look to take Cleveland Farrell, edge rusher out of Clemson. He was so impactful down the stretch this year. Really great football player. It's a need for them. They really have needs everywhere. And I think he's a great football player, great addition for them.
Yeah, and so I'll say this because our next pick is going to move along with this if you pick up what I'm saying. It's going to be interesting to see how these Clemson defensive linemen perform without the other Clemson defensive linemen, because this was one of the greatest defensive lines ever in the history of college football.
Insane.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they perform without those guys. Obviously, they'll have pros around them.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be 4 first-round draft picks
Correct.
on the same defensive line competing against ACC offensive lines, which were, quite frankly, atrocious this year.
Mhm.
So, moving off of that, the 13th pick, the Miami Dolphins, they're not taking a quarterback. They're going to wait till next year. They're going to tank, and they're just going to suck this year.
Mhm.
They're going to take defensive tackle out of Clemson,
Christian Wilkins.
Christian Wilkins.
And it's the same thing, like I said to Malad about Cincinnati. The Dolphins stink. They're in a division with 2 rising teams in the Jets and the Bills and the Patriots. They could easily go 0-6 in the division. They're going to have a bad year this year. They're going to get a top pick in next year's draft, and they're going to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, not much more to say about this. They have a lot of holes.
Now,
So, take one of the best players.
here's where things get really interesting. The number 14th overall pick, which once belonged to the Atlanta Falcons, now belongs to the New York Football Giants, and Dwayne Haskins is still on the board.
Guess where Dwayne Haskins is going?
Dwayne Haskins is going to be a New York Giant at the 14th overall pick. He just falls right into their laps here. They put themselves in a situation where not only do they have 2 first-round picks this year from the Odell Beckham Jr. trade, but they're going to have 2 first-round picks next year to build around this guy. You don't see teams get the franchise quarterback and then have the 2 first-round picks next year to build around him. You've never seen that done before. And I just think it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. I think it's a fascinating scenario, and I would love to see the draft play out this way.
And you still have Saquon Barkley, who I think is...
Who I think by the end of
running
next
back.
year will be the best running back in the NFL.
Oh, yes,
I'm going to come
for
out and
sure.
say it. Dom's going to get pissed off
I
because he
agree
loves
with you,
Todd
Josh.
Gurley. But Saquon Barkley is a freak
I
of
also like
nature.
Chubb.
He is a freak of nature, and I
Yeah.
If you look at that dude's thighs, they are bigger than all of our heads combined. Okay? This dude is a tank. He can destroy anyone in the National Football League. He's going to put up 1,600 yards next year. I think Saquon's actually that good.
yes.
Get him someone to hand him the ball. It's that simple.
Get him an
Haskins.
O-line, then I'll believe you. That's all I'm going to say.
Even without an O-line, he had terrific games. I mean,
He had
Yeah.
found
he
a way
had
to
terrific
get
games
open.
out of the backfield catching the ball. Now, I'm
But
not...
it was a screen.
Dwayne
pass.
Haskins can throw the screen pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
It's a screen pass.
Wow, are you telling me an NFL quarterback can throw a screen pass, Josh?
Correct.
They
And that's
got
all you
picked
need to
off
do.
on screen
That's all
pass.
you need to
Well,
do for
we'll do that
Saquon's
now.
production.
Okay, so let me say this. I love this pick. If the Giants can pull this off...
If the Giants can pull this
they'd
off,
win
it'd be
the
the draft of the
They'd
century.
win the draft because they still have
Step
another...
aside, Sonny Weaver Jr. Dwayne Haskins is going to the Giants at 14. Dave Gettleman just pulled off the draft of the century.
Sonny! Because they still have another pick coming down the road. We'll tell you who they pick. If they can pull this off, that'd be great. Saquon Barkley will not be the best running back in the NFL next year. I don't think it's going to be Todd Gurley, but we'll see
Please
how...
don't say Le'Veon Bell.
No, it's not
Okay.
Le'Veon. Let's move on.
All right, we're going to start going through this a little faster so we can get to some more broad stuff in the draft and some other things that we expect. So we're just going to go through this a little quicker. Stop me if you guys want to say anything about one of these picks. 15, Redskins, Greedy Williams. They need a corner to go along with Josh Norman.
And I think something interesting here is there's a few teams that don't have a first round pick, right? And we're talking about, who could trade in, who could trade up. There's a team in specific that needs some help in their secondary, and they have a GM who's known to trade up into the first round for guys he likes. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns trade up to 15 or somewhere where they think Greedy Williams is going to go and take him. They have Duke Johnson. They have draft picks. They could pair something together and possibly get a guy that they think is a transcendent guy. Like if they think Greedy Williams is that.
I agree with you, and we definitely took that into account when we made this mock draft. But I just don't think they have enough to get all the way up to 15.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Correct.
Dorsey could possibly do it. Don't be surprised
If a good corner slips into the mid-20s, I could definitely see Cleveland sneaking up and getting him, but they couldn't get that high.
Yeah,
It'll
and
be
your point about Duke Johnson, because he's not really necessary in Cleveland anymore.
Yeah.
And Washington doesn't really have that back. So I feel like that could be a very vital portion of the trade if they're trying to trade up to Washington, why not?
Washington has that back. Darius Geis has that back.
Oh, I forgot about Geis.
Darius Geis is
Forgot
good.
about Geis, yeah.
He is good when he comes back off of this torn ACL. If he recovers from it, like people have recovered from torn ACLs, he's going to be a superstar. I love this kid, and I think he's going to ball out for Washington. All right, moving on. 16, we have the Panthers taking tackle Andre Dillard out of Washington State. That could be a really great pick for them. They need offensive line help to protect Cam Newton. Giants at 17, this is where things get interesting. We talked about freak of nature they have at Saquon Barkley. They like guys who are freaks of nature. Give them DK Metcalf. They lost Odell Beckham Jr. Why not, right?
Dude's stacked. They need more wide receivers. And once again, if the Giants could pull this off, this would be such a good draft. They'd win the draft.
They would win the draft and it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah. So,
It would be a miracle if they could get this, but don't be surprised if it plays out this way.
yeah, he'd be the first wide receiver taken in this draft in a fairly deep wide receiver draft class.
Mhm.
You don't need to draft wide receivers that early. That's why the first one is going at 17. Moving on, Minnesota, they need to protect Kirk Cousins after he was just obliterated last year by defenses. They're taking offensive tackle from Oklahoma, Cody Ford. Then we have another trade in this draft. So the 19th pick would be Tennessee's pick. We have Houston trading up to get corner Byron Murphy from Washington. They lost Kareem Jackson, I think.
They
Yeah.
have needs a cornerback for sure. Their secondary wasn't that great last year. Pick up Byron Murphy. All they'd have to do is probably give up like a third-round pick. Move up, go get him. It's a great fit for them. I would love to see this trade happen. Moving on, Steelers at 20 take DeAndre Baker out of Georgia. Seahawks at 21 take Brian Burns, the edge rusher, to replace the hole that was now filled by to replace the hole they created from the Frank Clark trade. I'm sorry, I can't talk today for some reason. Now at 22, here's my favorite pick of this draft. 22, Baltimore Ravens take Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood touchdown.
Hollywood Brown could be the best player out of this draft class.
He could be.
I'm gonna come out and say it right now. Hollywood Brown. Don't be surprised if Hollywood Brown is the best player out of this draft. I think he can be an absolute superstar. The kid moves like you can't believe. He's Julian Edelman.
His name
Who
is
runs like
Marquise,
Tyreek
by
Hill.
the way. Just wanted to make that
Okay.
clear.
He's Marquise Brown, cousin's Antonio Brown. Imagine Antonio Brown's cousin playing for the Baltimore Ravens. Hollywood Brown is Julian Edelman with Tyreek Hill speed. I'm just gonna come out and say it. This dude's insane. He can turn anything into a 60-yard touchdown. He's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, I loved Marquise Brown earlier this year. And then towards the end of the year, he started to get a little hurt. He started to not catch the ball as much.
He's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
That's what's
So
going to happen. But he's tough. He's going to bounce right back up. And he's going to keep running. No one's going to catch this guy. This guy is so fast. He's so elusive. If you get a guy like Lamar Jackson who's so quick, who's going to throw him these quick little screen passes and he'll just run around like crazy, watching Hollywood and Lamar just run around like crazy together is going to be fun to watch. I would love to see this.
And I think he's a great fit. Let's say the Ravens make a huge mistake and don't take him at 22. I think he's a nice fit on the Raiders as well. I think he's
absolutely.
great there. Even the Titans, I think he's a good fit as well.
Imagine Antonio Brown and Hollywood Brown on the same team.
That's crazy.
That'd be epic.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. We got the Titans after that trade with Houston, taking T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end out of Iowa at 23. I think he's really talented. Delaney Walker's not getting any younger, so we're going to give them T.J. Hawkinson. Don't think about that one.
I hate drafting tight ends in the draft unless if I feel like you're a playoff caliber team that just needs that one piece.
Are the Titans not a playoff caliber
And
team?
the Titans are a playoff caliber team.
There we go.
They're right there. They made the playoffs 2 years ago. They won a playoff game on the road.
They were a game away from it this year.
Yeah, they were a game away this year, and their whole problem is that there's not that many weapons around Marcus Mariota to make him look decent because he's an average quarterback in the NFL.
Correct.
Let's just put it that way. When he's on the field, he's average. When he's off the field, they're worse.
Correct.
So give him more weapons. Delaney Walker's getting older. Hawkinson's a great tight end out of Iowa, and that was the only reason I was okay selecting a tight end because I hate drafting tight ends unless that's your one need.
I agree.
So, moving on, Oakland, this is their trade piece they got from Chicago.
After Cody Parkey missed the field goal. Sorry, Caleb. Continue.
They select running back Josh Jacobs out of Alabama. Once again, I hate drafting running backs, but they love Josh Jacobs. They need a running back.
And they have so many picks that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I allowed us to go with that. Next pick, 25th pick, Nasir Adderley going to Philly. Safety out of Delaware. Not a lot of people have watched anything from this guy. He's raw.
He's very raw.
He's got the height, the speed, the strength to be a very good safety in the NFL.
And who's better to teach a kid to play safety than Malcolm Jenkins?
Yeah, he just needs to refine his skills and he'll be good. 26th pick, this is where Indianapolis would be picking. We have them trading down with San Francisco, and they'll be taking the real deal N'Keal Harry out of Arizona State. Go Sun Devils.
I think he's a great player, and I think San Francisco needs a wide receiver with that threat that he has, who can get out in the open field and run as quick as him. I think he's a playmaker. I think he definitely has a chance with this team. I think that's a great pick. I think San Francisco, that's the best pick that they can make.
Correct.
Especially if they make that trade.
And we know Chris Ballard loves day 2 picks, so we're going to have him give up 26 and 89, his first round pick and his third round pick, to get a second rounder, move up like 25 spots in the second round, and he's going to get like a sixth rounder with it as well. I think it's a great trade for the Colts because we know what Chris Ballard loves to do, and the Niners need their receiver. I love N'Keal Harry. I think it's a perfect trade for both teams. Moving on, the Raiders are going to take Jachai Polite. It's a great fit for them. They have needs everywhere. Like we said, simply best player available.
This is their pick from the Dallas Cowboys in the Amari Cooper trade. Jachai Polite, great player out of Florida. I think he led the SEC in sacks off the edge. Sorry, second behind Josh Allen. And he's fallen down draft boards because of the combine. He was terrible when answering questions, and he didn't look like he cared. I think that's kind of stupid. So we just moved him down in the first round. This is a little later than he probably would have gone, but the Raiders, they get an edge rusher to pair up with Maurice Hurst, Quinnen Williams on the inside, because that's who we have them drafting. Great pick for the Raiders. That's their last pick of the first round.
Uh-huh.
So next pick, Chargers. Hate them. They're going to be drafting Mac Wilson, inside linebacker out of Alabama. They just had no middle linebackers last year.
The
Derwin
safest
James.
pick in any draft of any sport is a linebacker out of Alabama.
Correct.
That's true. Yeah.
It's that simple.
Derwin James was basically their middle linebacker last year.
Correct.
And that's not a position he's built to play. He played it very well, but that's not where he's meant to play. Moving on.
29th overall pick, the Seahawks just acquired in the Frank Clark trade from Kansas City. They take my favorite player in this draft, Dalton Risner. You just paid Russell Wilson a lot of money. You got to protect Russell Wilson. We know he likes to run around a lot. Dalton Risner is a great offensive tackle. He can play guard. He can play center. He played them all in college. And he's incredible. He likes to get down and block for whoever. And he's going to be great for the Seahawks team. They've had problems with the offensive line for years and years and years. So let's give him Dalton Risner there. Moving on. Dom, you want to say it or you want me to do it?
You can do it because
All
I'll
right.
do the next pick.
Moving on, we got the Packers taking Kelvin Harmon just because they need everything. Get Aaron Rodgers a weapon.
Easier said. Yeah. 31st pick, my Rams will be selecting Garrett Bradbury, center out of NC State. John Sullivan, we released him this offseason. He was not very good last year. So this pick could go two ways. We could either draft an edge rusher, or we could draft a center, or we could draft a safety. I feel like center is a big need because we need to keep those holes open for Todd Gurley to open up the offense. And
Before his knees break.
correct. So this is a need. We drafted a guy out of Michigan State. I forget his name. Brian Allen, 4th rounder center. He was set to take place for Sullivan when he retired, but I like Bradbury to fill this hole. 1st rounder is better than the 4th rounder, so
Absolutely.
I like filling up this place. We can trade Allen for whatever in this draft, get another pick, but we need to keep that O-line healthy because that opens up the offense, opens up the playbook for McVay. Because
All right.
as we saw, when that playbook closes, it's not very good.
Absolutely. So, all right, that was pick 31. Just pick 32. Patriots, no one cares. Wait, they're going to draft Daniel Jones to be the successor of Tom Brady.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is very raw. I've said that a couple times, but he has a cannon of an arm. He's pretty athletic. If he can develop under Tom Brady, it's going to be...
He's going to sit for a few years behind Tom Brady. Daniel Jones
Right.
is raw. He reminds me a lot of Paxton Lynch. And look, Paxton Lynch was a bump. But that's because Paxton Lynch came in like week 5.
Right.
So if you sat Paxton Lynch for a few years, he could have developed, turned into something special. And it was like we said earlier, John Elway is so impatient, he wants his quarterback.
Right.
But with Daniel Jones, Tom Brady could play for another 7 years. Who knows? So he's going to sit behind Tom Brady for a while. And when Brady's ready to ride off into the sunset, Daniel Jones is going to step in.
Yeah. I think that's a good strategy.
I think it's the perfect fit. So now, what do you guys like in this draft? What's the one team you're watching? What's the one player you're watching? The one pick you're watching? What's intriguing as we're just about 2 days away from this draft?
Well, I know we talked about that pick at 32. I know you guys think the Patriots are going to take a quarterback that early, and I know Daniel Jones is the guy. But I've been a fan of Will Grier, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to be a first-round pick in this draft. I think we can all agree on that. So I think the Patriots, if they don't take Daniel Jones there at 32, I think there's a lot of interest for them to take Will Grier and have him be that Paxton Lynch, as you said, or be that guy who sits for a couple years. Hopefully for them, it'd be terrific if he was like an Aaron Rodgers. But, you know, I think he's that guy that they take later in this draft. And I think wherever he goes, I'm very intrigued. You know, which team picks him. Maybe Miami picks him really late. Who knows? I think he's an interesting storyline.
Absolutely. And for me, though, the thing that's interesting to me as a huge Bills fan, I want to watch my neighbors in the New York Jets. And the thing I'm hearing a lot of, I just heard from a very reliable source just a couple of minutes ago, that they've been fielding a lot of offers for the 3rd overall pick, and the team to watch is the Washington Redskins. That would give them a lot of draft picks for the Redskins moving up from 15 to 3. I think it's a really interesting thing to watch. We'll see how that plays out, but the Jets could definitely move out of that pick if they get the right offer.
So you mentioned the Redskins. Who would they take with that 3rd overall pick? Because what comes to mind is possibly a quarterback to replace Alex Smith and
Cole McCoy.
Case Keenum. Case Keenum's their backup now, if you don't remember. So that would be interesting because, once again, they just saw Patrick Mahomes sit behind Alex Smith for a year.
Absolutely.
And he won the league MVP. So if you're the Redskins, you might be thinking, hey, Alex, how's it going, buddy? How's your leg doing? Would you want to help this quarterback that we just drafted get better for us and hopefully win a league MVP? I feel like that's not a bad idea. Is that a team need for them? Maybe not, but they need to address the quarterback situation this year or next year. I'll say it again. Address it next year with that deep quarterback class.
Here's the thing that's interesting to me about the Redskins that I'm watching. We say that the 49ers are going to take Nick Bosa, and I think they will. But let's say Nick Bosa's off the board. I think they'd take Josh Allen because they want to solve the issue on the edge. They did not get to the passer last year. So Nick Bosa and Josh Allen would be off the board 1-2 hypothetically at number 3 if they make that trade because the Jets don't really need Quinnen Williams. That doesn't really fill a need. The Jets would trade out. Redskins take Kyler Murray. It's an interesting thing to watch. Jay Gruden could steal him from his brother.
Can we agree that wherever Kyler Murray goes, he's probably going to be a playmaker there? He's probably going to be a lead quarterback.
I don't know.
That's tough to say.
To say he'd be
I'm saying
elite
he's going to be
quarterback.
on track to. Like, he's not going to come into the season wherever he plays.
No, Kyler Murray's not going to
be
start
the
week 1.
star.
Kyler Murray's not going to start week 1.
Wherever
he
goes.
unless he goes to Arizona and they trade Josh Rosen. But
That won't happen, I don't think.
I don't see Kyler Murray starting for any other team in the NFL other than Arizona this year. In week 1.
Even the Redskins.
Even the Redskins. Unless Alex Smith stays hurt.
Captain Case.
Case could start over him.
Alex Smith isn't going to be ready.
Yeah, he's 2 years, right?
He'll maybe start next year. So, but you bring up an interesting point about the Redskins moving up to 3 and getting Josh Allen because the inside of their defensive line was very, very good last year. Daron Payne, defensive lineman, had a great year, and Tim Settle out of Virginia Tech had a great year for them as well. So if they can get that piece on the edge, that will improve everyone's play. Ryan Kerrigan, who's still a veteran, this is decent. He can help develop Josh Allen. That'd be a great pick if the Redskins trade up and get that 3rd pick and take Allen.
I just can't see someone moving up all the way from 15 to 3 and not taking a quarterback.
I mean, there's 2 positions you draft. Well, there's 3 positions you should draft if you're up in that top. D-line, O-line, quarterback.
But you don't. I agree with you, but that's if you're in the top 3. You don't go all the way up to the top 3. Give up a lot because to get up from 15 to 3, they would have to give up first rounder this year, first rounder next year, and more. And that's a lot to mortgage away for a pass rusher or an offensive tackle. You're getting your quarterback if you're making that trade.
I mean, you act like these pass rushers or offensive linemen aren't valuable.
Oh, of course they're valuable. But they don't mean anything compared to a quarterback. You're not winning a Super Bowl without a quarterback.
Correct. But if you really, really feel like Kyler Murray or one of these guys is the guy, go for it. Do I think they are?
No.
No. So it would be stupid of them to go up to number 3 and do that. I feel like if you go up to number 3 and you draft Josh Allen, set up that defensive line for the future, address the quarterback situation next year.
But they won't be able to address the quarterback situation next year because they won't have a first-round pick next year.
Never know. You never know how they perform this year. You saw how they performed last year without a quarterback. They were terrible.
Correct.
So, if they do the same thing, they might have a top 10 draft pick.
But if they go from 15 to 3, they're going to trade that top 10 draft pick next year to the Jets. There's no way they get from 15 to 3 without giving up their 2020 first-round pick.
True.
So, I think you don't go up from 15 to 3 unless you're drafting a quarterback.
I guess.
Yeah, I agree with Josh. I don't see someone trading from 15 to 3 to take. I mean, even if Nick Bosa's there, I don't really think. Not that Nick Bosa's not, a great player and he's a talent for a reason, but I just don't see a team trading to 3 for a defensive.
can never imagine any team from outside of the top 10 trading into the top 3 for anything other than a quarterback. It just makes no
Yeah.
sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe a running back, maybe a
No,
wide receiver.
Absolutely
No.
not a running back.
Or a wide receiver. God, no.
The only position you could maybe do it for is Nick Bosa. Not even position. You have to be as good as Nick Bosa
Yeah.
to get that. But I don't imagine Nick Bosa is going to slide past 2.
Yeah, and you talked about how like you're a fan of the Bills, and you look at the teams that are kind of neighboring them
Correct.
and what they're doing.
The way you set up a team is to win your division.
Yeah.
You want to win your division before you think about winning the Super Bowl. Because step 1 to succeeding in the playoffs is having that home game in the playoffs. You need to start at home and get things rolling. So first, you want to look at what's surrounding you, and when you look at what's surrounding a lot of these teams, that's how they're going to draft. Continue.
So I look at the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals. I don't see anything. I don't really see much. I mean, yeah, they're going to pick guys who are going to fill spots and fill needs, but, you know, these secondary guys they're taking, there's no Derwin James there, you know what I mean? Like, there is no the guy out there.
Yeah.
I look at this Browns team. Last year, the over-under was 6 or 5 or something ridiculous. I thought that was a joke. Now they're saying they're going to win 12 games. Honestly, if you look at their 2 toughest games, that's the Rams, Dom's Rams, and the Patriots, right?
They're not beating Brady.
Both those games are at home.
I
Right?
don't know.
This year.
Wait,
They're not
is
beating
the
Brady.
I don't
Milan,
know.
is the Patriots game a home game for the Browns, or is it a road game? I know the Rams game's a home game. I'm not scared.
for the
but
Rams
I don't know.
or for
But
the
look,
Browns.
for the Browns, I'm not.
I think the Patriots game is on the
Look, the Browns are a great football team. I think the Browns are going
When
to be
an
really, really
analyst-
good next year.
When an analyst
Cleveland
says
Browns
they will
will not
win
beat the New England
12
Patriots.
games in a season, that already tells me something. For everyone to say that, you know,
There were
last
some
year-
analysts that predicted the 49ers to go 11-5 and win the division last year.
Different.
well-
Jimmy G got hurt.
Yeah, that's another thing, and it is at New England, by the way, so that's on the road.
When?
I believe it is a Sunday night. Or
It probably is. I mean,
it's CBS. It's a
What
yeah,
day?
It's on October 27th.
October
right before
27th.
Halloween.
Okay.
So
boo.
Patriots 6.5-point favorite. What is that? A touchdown
Patriots will be a 6.5
against
point
the
favorite in that game.
Browns?
Yes.
One touchdown game. Please,
Patriots will win.
please.
I just don't know where we're going with this conversation.
I
Here's
don't
my
either.
point. No one in the division has done anything to propel themselves, right? The Steelers had Antonio Brown, they traded them. I know you guys made your whole debacle about it. At the end of the day, they traded away Antonio Brown. That's
Correct.
a negative. That's a negative,
Absolutely.
right? The Bengals, if guys could stay healthy, if they had a real quarterback, maybe. Nothing there.
Nah, they're done.
The Ravens, Lamar Jackson, great quarterback. Okay? What
But
else?
here's
though?
here's
What
here's
else,
what you're
though?
missing. They draft Hollywood Brown because who do the Browns have?
And
that's gonna-
Denzel Ward will cover.
Denzel Ward is not fast enough to stop Hollywood Brown.
Didn't Denzel Ward cover Hollywood Brown a couple years ago?
Probably when
Yeah.
Didn't Hollywood Brown burn the crap out of him in Ohio? And
Sure he did.
Oklahoma went on the road
Listen,
and won in the
uh-huh.
horseshoe.
Okay, so now that's gonna happen here in an NFL football.
he did it
game?
before, he could do it again.
All I'm saying.
Listen, this Browns
Grew
team.
over years.
This
Hollywood
Browns team-
Brown is special, and if he goes to the Ravens, excuse me,
Sped.
no one on the Browns is stopping that guy. I don't think anyone anywhere is stopping this guy.
So let me ask you something. You talked about the first thing of each team. The first plan is to win the division,
Yes.
right?
Well, first plan is to get your quarterback, then win the
Okay.
division.
Well, in this situation, they have a quarterback. right?
Correct. Both teams have a
Hopefully, he
quarterback.
doesn't have a sophomore slump, right? I
Uh-huh.
know everyone has completely forgotten about that. That's still in the back of my head. My thing is this, though. I don't think they're just here to win the division.
Well,
I
the
think
Browns are
they're
not
here
winning
to
the
be
Super Bowl.
top 2. I think they're here to be top 2 and get that bye. That's what I think the Browns are here.
Okay. I
Okay.
thought you were gonna say they're gonna go to the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh no.
Back to the draft. Back to the draft. When
Super Bowl's coming soon.
Millard went on his little Browns tangent. We're going to go back to the draft. The Browns don't have a first-round pick this year. They're going to try to move up into the first round. I don't know if they'll find a trade partner. Dom, what do you like in this first round?
I looked at Denver and I looked at New York. 2 great football franchises. They're in a weird spot where they're. A couple years ago, they were a playoff team. They're a Super Bowl caliber team, and then they've kind of fallen off. And they have an opportunity this draft to get back up there. And what we have for the Giants, I feel like will propel them. What I have for the Broncos, I feel like will decline them.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting. Love Drew Lock. Loved him at Missouri. But I don't think he's the guy at 10. And I feel like he could be available later. He could be available in the second round for the Broncos to select. So we'll see. This quarterback class is weird. There's not like the headliner guy, even though everyone's making Kyler Murray that guy. But
he's really not.
Correct.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
And for me, like I said, everyone knows I'm a huge Bills fan. Like I've been saying all podcast, you want to look at your division and you want to figure out how you're going to win your division. So I look at the Bills and we're drafting Jonah Williams, right? How's that going to work in the rest of the division? Well, now Jonah's going to sit here and stop Josh Allen. And we now have Mitch Morse, newly acquired center, to stop Christian Wilkins. And we're not worried about Daniel Jones because that's something in the future. But I feel prepared to stop these new draft picks in the division. And I think the Bills are a much improved team this offseason. I think we're ready to compete with this division. Probably not the Patriots, but the Jets and the Dolphins for sure.
Yeah. Any other last comments before we conclude this podcast?
Hollywood Brown could be the best player in this draft. I'm going to keep saying it.
He could be the most valuable player in this draft. He's not going to be the best player in this draft. He could be the most valuable pick in this draft. I'll agree with you on that.
I think he's just got the
Who do
potential
you
to
think
be
the
an
best
insane
player in this draft will be then?
The best player in this draft will be Devin White.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Malone, best player in this draft?
I think it's got to be quarterback. I think if Kyler Murray lives up to his potential, he's the best player in this draft. I'm going to
Jordan?
go with an outside guy.
I'm going to go with Hollywood.
Hollywood. All right. And I'm just going to say one more thing before we leave. He's not going to go in the first round. He's not going to go in the second round. He's not going to go in the third round. He's going to go late day 3, maybe even go undrafted. Who knows?
Montez Sweat?
Not Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat's very valuable, though, for whoever gets him.
Uh-huh.
Whoever ends up getting Bryce Love, if he stays healthy, you got the biggest steal in the draft since Tom Brady.
Yeah, and same thing with Montez Sweat. They're both guys with health problems that would-be first-round draft picks that have fallen on draft boards. Be interesting to see where they go, but
I think Bryce Love could be the best. Bryce Love is going to be the best running back in this draft if he stays healthy.
probably, yeah.
I'm going to come out and say it. Who knows if he stays healthy, but using a 6th-round pick on that guy is completely worth it. Whoever ends up with him is going to be a lucky, lucky team if he stays healthy.
Correct. That's going to conclude our podcast about the draft. Draft's going to be this Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a great draft. Maybe we'll have a podcast Friday following day 1 of the draft. Maybe not, but thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you next time, and have a good day. 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 Have a good day.